Dear students, today we are going to learn three-dimensional geometry. So, three-dimensional geometry mainly deals with the study of different solids that we see in our day-to-day life, like plane, sphere, cylinder, cone, etc. So, in today's lecture, we are going to learn some basics of three-dimensional geometry. Mainly, we want to understand the terminologies or definitions of direction cosines and direction ratios. Okay. So, for this purpose, we will draw one three-dimensional coordinate system. So, this system contains three mutually perpendicular x, y and z axis. And suppose there is a line L in space. L is the line in space. Now, this line L is making angles with x, y and z axis. And to indicate these angles in this diagram, I have to draw one line parallel to line L, and that line will pass through origin. And that's why I am drawing line OP as parallel to line L. So, OP and L are parallel. Now, if OP is making angles alpha, beta and gamma with x, y and z axis, line L will also make the same angles with x, y and z axis. Because line L and line OP are parallel, that's why they will be making same angles with x, y and z axis. So, now I can say that line L is making angles alpha, beta and gamma with positive directions of x, y and z axis. Then these alpha, beta, gamma, they are called directed angles. They will be called directed angles of line L. Alpha, beta, gamma, they will be called directed angles of line L. And their cosines, that means cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Okay, their cosines will be called direction cosines. They will be called direction cosines. And in short, the direction cosines, they are written as DCs, okay, of line L. So, if alpha, beta, gamma, they are the directed angles of line L, then cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, they will be called direction cosines of line L. Now, these direction cosines are generally denoted by small letters like LMN. In fact, LMN, these are the universal notations for direction cosines cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Okay, it means that L will always be equal to cos alpha, M will be equal to cos beta, or N will be equal to cos gamma. So, now I can say LMN are the direction cosines of line L. Now, after defining these direction cosines, we can define direction ratios. The direction ratios are actually the three numbers like A, B, C. And these three numbers are such that they will be proportional to these direction cosines L, M, N. That means if A, B, C are the three numbers, which are proportional to direction cosines L, M, N, okay, then ABC will be called direction ratios of line L. Now ABC are proportional to L, M, N means, that means A upon L is equal to B upon M is equal to C upon N, or I may write L upon A is equal to M upon B equal to N upon C. That means ABC will be ABC are proportional to direction cosines L, M, N, and if that happens, then ABC will be called direction ratios of line L. So now we can say ABC are direction ratios, short में उनको लिखना है DRs, okay, they will be called direction ratios of line L, okay. And then regarding these LMN, there is one standard result, and that standard result is like this, that if LMN are the direction cosines of a line, then okay, L square plus M square plus N square is always equal to 1, and this standard result we are going to prove very soon here. One more thing regarding these direction cosines. Now if at all you want to resolve or you want to find out components of a vector or vector quantity in 3D, then those components can be obtained with the help of direction cosines. That means if vector F is a force acting on a particle at point O in space, then vector F has got 3 components, and these 3 components we can now find out if we know direction cosines of that force, okay. So the x component of that force will be given by F cos alpha, okay. Y component is given by F cos beta, and Z component of that force is given by F cos gamma. That means direction cosines help you to resolve a vector in 3-dimensional space also. That's why the 3-dimensional geometry is important in mathematics as well as in physics.